Alright, so what we have here today is a cushion from the love seat of a 2007 Wildwood travel trailer made by Forest River. Now, as you can see, the upholstery is in good shape, but you'll notice a dip there. And the problem with these cushions isn't really the construction. Most of the construction is really good, except for here. To spring the cushion, they use these packing straps. These are just super cheap plastic packing straps, and as you can see, they've been breaking. Now, let's take this into an upholstery shop. The upholstery shop quoted about $140 to repair this, and I'm going to show you how to do it today for about $7. And this is what we're going to use. It's a 4-pack of tie downs from Harbor Freight. Now, if I cared more about appearance, I could have done a single black strap with one ratchet. And the reason we're using these ratchet straps is because we can adjust tension. We can crank them down so it's really stiff, or we can let it off so it's a little bit softer. One of the big benefits is that these straps are a lot wider than the original packing straps. It's almost 3 times wider than the originals. So this is gonna afford us a lot more strength and probably comfort as well, and save us over $130. So big advantage here. As you can see, I've already started the process. I'm doing this for a guy just to help him out. He doesn't have much money. So what I do is, you can see the straps. Now there's 2 different bars on each side. Right here, you probably can't see this in the camera, but there's a small diameter bar, and the strap goes around that. Well, it continues to go around, and then there's a much larger bar over here, and that puts the strap farther into the top of the cushion. And it's important how these straps are routed, because if you just go around this lower bar, then the cushion's going to sink in, when really what you want is to go around both bars. That provides some spring as well, because that's what this lower bar is for. It's for spring. So when people sit down, the springs give a little bit, and then you've got that nice cushy feel. So it's very important to route the new strap in the same manner that the old straps were routed. Now, it's a pretty simple process, and what you do is you tie off your first strap. Try to get in a corner. You don't want it to slide around too much. Actually, you don't want it to slide around at all, so you want to tie that off real well. As you can see, I left, this is called the tag end. I left it long, and I'll trim it off later until that knot is tight, because as you've all probably ran into before, if you don't leave a long enough end and you go to cinch it down, sometimes it'll slip a little bit and the knot will fail. So that's why I've got the long tag ends right now. So you tie it off there, and then you start routing it in the same manner as the straps. So this strap goes over the little bar, that goes around the big bar, and I just kept going. Instead of doing individual straps like original, I just kept going this way, and I'll show you how to pull the straps through without too much of an issue. So we've got a few tools here. I've got some tin snips. A pair of side cutters would work fine. I've got a flat nose screwdriver, or a flat blade screwdriver, and I've got a plain kitchen knife. So what we want to do is we want to cut this next strap. So we just cut it like that. Oh, almost forgot, electrical tape. This is very, very key to this operation. As you can see, here's the strap that we've been running. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it onto itself, and I'm going to tape it up. I want a little bit of slack here so it'll be free, there won't be friction, I can pull it through. And right here, you want to tape this in so that it doesn't stick out and get caught on the material as it's going through. And then you're going to wrap it up a little bit higher, so you've got plenty of tape on there to hold that loop shut. We're going to go ahead and do that. I got my end secured. Now I'm just going up. Now this tape is dirt cheap. I buy 5 rolls from Harbor Freight for like $4 or $5. So it's not going to break your bank. There we go. So as you can see, we cut it in the middle. That'll give us plenty of room to work on this end as well. I've got a little bit of slack there. I'm just going to start pulling this through. Now, the only problem I've ever run into is this small bar. There's another bar located right here that the material goes around. And to separate those just a little bit so I can sneak that through, I'm going to use this flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to turn the screwdriver just a bit so I get it through there. I swear this is a piece of cake, no matter how hard I make it look. So we're getting it go through. Another big advantage to doing it this way is I was able to add extra wraps in here. So as you can see, the strap pulled our other strap through. So we're going to thread it through the rest of the way. And then we're going to go on to the next end, which, as you can see, is still connected to the strap. So we've got it made. We just need a little bit of slack here. And we'll keep pulling the strap. And we're going to use our screwdriver again, separate those 2 smaller bars. I just turn it. There we go. So as you can see, this is pretty easy process. Now each one of these straps is 15 feet long. So far I've used 2 of them. I'll probably use the whole pack by the time I'm done. And on the end, I'm going to attach this ratchet. It's part of the strap kit. And I'm going to attach it in the corner and just go around one of these bars. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. And then we'll put our ratchet strap through there and we'll tension it down. Now the very important part is you don't want to go too tight when you finally attach this, because if you go too tight, it's quite possible that you're either going to bend the frame or you're going to break the welds. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, as you can see, I'm done now. And when I attached this ratchet, what I did was I took some of the webbing and I went around the large bar and I tied it up, and then I tied up the hook of the ratchet so it would be positioned so it would be out of the way, so this wouldn't hit the rest of that cargo area in the camper when it's installed. And so right here it's fine. And all I did was I adjusted the length of this strap that went from the big bar over here up to the hook that goes on the ratchet, and I had placed that hook around the large bar on this side and then tied it to that piece of strap coming from this side. So that places my ratchet where I want it to be. And then I took the end after I was done lacing all these and I ran it through the ratchet and I tightened it down. And before I did that even, I went one by one on each one of the laces, taking all the slack out of them until I got to the end, and then I put it in the ratchet. And then to tighten things up even further, I set each end of the cushion on a chair, so it's suspended between the 2 chairs, and then I sat on the cushion to free up any slack that might have been in there. And then I ratcheted it down. You've got to be careful because friction can make the webbing stick. So the best way to do it is to go nice and slow and little by little to get the tension out. You don't want to just force it with our ratchet because you could very easily bend the frame. You want to go through little by little, work the slack out from this end to this end. Another way you could do it is to start lacing from each end and then have the ratchet in the middle. That way it could pull the slack out of smaller areas. Instead of pulling the slack all the way from here to here, it would just be pulling it from here to here and from here to here. So that's probably a little better way to do it. Another way you can improve this is you could run strap from this end to this end and attach it to each one of the laces so that they can't shift side to side. And we may end up doing that later, but for now this seems to be working quite well. The straps are very taut and the cushion's very comfortable. As you can see, it leveled out the top. So I hope this helps you guys out. It's a pretty common problem on these campers. Packing straps for cushion suspension probably wasn't the best idea. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and happy camping.